Oh shit. Good. Right. Ad revenue. This is for my second channel. I'm explaining stuff on here rather than explaining something boring on my normal channel that no one is willing to watch. So, ad revenue and other stuff that's going on that's causing a bit of a problem for me and a whole bunch of other people. So we're just not going to talk about ad revenue in this episode, but also going to be talking about other types of revenue, like international revenue, how international trade works and stock markets and all that. So first we're going to start off with ad revenue. So what is ad revenue? Well, it's like this. People pay you. So let's say if M&M's wanted to run an ad on my channel, then they would pay YouTube to run an ad on here. YouTube would get some of the money, and I would get some of it too. Then again, YouTube takes up most of it, and I take up the rest. You get the point for how long that ad runs. But there won't always be an M&M ad on there, but this ad will only run for, let's say, a couple of days, a week, or about a month. Or if they wanted to run it all the time on there, they would pay it for a year. But the M&M ad revenue now, they wouldn't put it on for a whole entire year. They probably put it on there for a couple of months, or a couple of weeks, or a couple of days. Most likely days. One day you see an M&M ad, and the next day you might see a Snickers ad, the Snickers ice cream ad. You get the point? So yeah, that's what ad revenue is. Someone is basically paying a company to run ads on a certain thing. So let's say a game on the App Store runs ads. So since it's on Google Play, Google Play has to get paid from these ad people to run their ads on YouTube or on games that host ads to get better upgrades like characters and all that stuff. You get the point. So let's say Sega Sonic Forces Speedrun, I think that's what it's called, Sonic Forces Run, whatever. Sonic Forces game on the App Store. Let's say if Eminem wanted to run an ad on there, they had to pay Google. They pay Google Play, and then they have to pay let's say that then they run the ad on there. You get the point. So they have to pay Google, then they can run their ad on that game. Google takes up some of the money, and then Sega takes up the rest. You get the point. But the problem with ad revenue is companies have to be running, and people have to watch these ads fully for the company to gain any money from it, or anyone gets any money. So if you don't watch the full ad, the company can't give them any money because no one is watching it fully. Like if I paid you to build a house and you only did half the work, I can't really pay you. You only did half the work. You got to do all of it. So that's basically what ad revenue is. But with this whole COVID-19 thing going on, not a whole lot of companies are running to websites or games or anything like that to get ads on their stuff, because a whole lot of people are going to the store right now anyways, buying a whole lot of their products. So it makes zero sense for them to be running ads, because since a whole bunch of grocery stores are open, they're getting bank off of that right now. But once this thing is over, they're going to continue to make bank for a few months, and then they're going to go back to doing ads. So even if this COVID-19 thing is completely over, it's going to take a couple of months until everything starts running again. So that's what ad revenue is, and that's what's going on with this COVID-19 ad revenue. That's why a whole lot of YouTubers ain't getting paid, and a whole lot of other companies aren't getting paid either. So, yeah, that's what ad revenue is. So, second thing, international trading. What is international trading? Well, you basically know this from US and China, because they do it a lot. It's sometimes in Europe, but Europe doesn't have that much guaranteed, so they also give it a whole lot of stuff from the Caribbean, which doesn't make any sense. So let's talk about US and China and trading. they're not they're the biggest world traders right now, but there are other traders out there trading with other countries and all that, but the big ones right now are pretty much US and China, or US and Asia. So right now the US is pumping out a whole lot of stuff. So let's say I have a red Mountain Dew in my room and it's cherry. So the US can keep producing that in the US because it's a US based property. So Mountain Dew can keep pumping out Mountain Dew in stores like nobody's business because it belongs in the U.S. However, say if Britain or Europe or China wanted some Mountain Dew, well, they're going to have to wait because this whole COVID-19 thing might spread to there and the whole thing might get worse. So right now they're limiting contact between trading. So let's say if the U.S. traded Mountain Dew for Asia's, let's say, meat products or milk products or rice products, you get the point. And if someone coughed on like some of the crude material, like if someone coughed, didn't wash their hands on any of the Mountain Dews and just handed it over there, then the whole COVID-19 can get to that person and you get the point. So that's why they're limiting trading also from the US to Asia and other countries. So right now, the U.S. can keep pumping out their stuff because they're a world superpower. There are a whole lot of people in the U.S. that are doing entrepreneuring. Like, what do people need? What do people want? I would just say this. More people don't need a boss. More people need to be their own boss. So create a company that will help entrepreneurs, this thing right now, because we're gonna need that in the fucking future since all of you guys are doing this internet shit. So I'm gonna do that probably in the future, somewhat, somehow, some way. So yeah, that's what's happening. So that's why a whole lot of trading's not going on. That's why the price for rice is really high. And a whole bunch of stuff is really high because that comes from international trading. It does not come from the U.S. itself. Okay, what else were you talking about? Oh yeah, stock markets, I forgot. So how the stock markets are doing. Right now, everything's kind of dropping because no one's really gone out other than grocery stores right now. Not a whole lot of people are getting money from this. So here's the thing, a whole lot of people don't have to pay rent for their businesses. So there's a wash clothes business. I don't know. It's it's like you go to a store, you put a quarter in there, and you wash your clothes there because if you got no wash machines at home, you could just go to a store like that and wash your clothes there. So the good thing about this is that no one, like the whole place is closed down, right, because of this COVID-19 thing. So they don't have to pay rent because they know, like, oh, that's not really provided by us, so we can't give you, you don't have to pay rent, but when this whole thing is over, you're going to have to go paying back the regular rent. And plazas and stuff don't have to pay rent, so anything that's not needed is closed down. So Walmart, Kroger's, Walgreens, CVS, and a whole lot of other stores, grocery stores are open because they really need those things to be open for the U.S. economy to work. For the U.S. economy to stay up, so that way when this whole COVID-19 thing ends, our whole system doesn't fucking shut down. At least we can't blame Trump no more, so he might get voted in the White House again. This motherfucker has the luck of God on his side, like, oh, well, the economy's kind of falling, so I might be voted in again. Shit. So yeah, but the stock markets, bunch of stuff is going down. Google stocks are going down. YouTube stocks, Google Play stocks, gaming stocks, all kinds of stuff. Digital stuff is not getting shut down a whole lot, but because some run on ad revenue and some run on like other stuff, they can't really stay open right now. And a whole lot of websites or apps that I'm using are not working well. Let's say Facebook, Instagram, any social media right now is not working well right now, and a whole lot of people aren't on there because a whole lot of people that love to break those rules on those social media platforms, like cyberbullying, all that. Not a whole lot of people want that, so that's why a whole lot of people are not on social media right now. They're ignoring it because there's a whole lot of cyberbullying people on there because this whole COVID-19 made the people work on that shit, go home. So that's really bad. So that's why social media is shut down too. So their stocks are going down way bad. So you're probably saying, but don't you run a fucking gaming channel called Legendary 99? Well, I can't play any games because most of the shit that I grind for requires stuff that is needed for a company to run on it. If the company's not running it, I can't really play it that well. Let's say Brawl Stars, Strike Force, and I'm trying to think of that. League of Legends. League of Legends Adventure Mode. Alright, get to him later. So let's say they run private servers, right? So these guys run private servers. Because the whole COVID-19 thing happened again, these private servers are shut down for the time being. So they really can't work on a whole lot of stuff that they're supposed to be working on. Like games that I'm waiting for right now so I can download and play on my channel. I can't play them yet. I'm probably going to have to wait a whole nother year because this whole COVID-19 thing delayed a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, that's what's going on, and it's really bad, but also really good. So, I think this is the last month because we got school next week. They're saying the 13th we should be back at school, or next week we should be back at school. And so this is why I'm making this content now to tell you this when it's over, and that way, because it's over, doesn't mean everything's going to go back to normal. They have to get a whole lot of shit up before everything goes back to normal. And that shit's going to at least take 2 months. So we get out of school, like, let's say, at least May. So once I get out of school, because I did all of my online shit, I got no summer school. Once I get out of school, they're going to have to wait in June, which is basically my birthday, to get everything back up. So the entire 2-month period is when everything's going to be back up. So when it comes to after June, everything's back up, online, everything's good. So I think that this is my personal opinion. I really have no idea. You're going to have to tell me what they're really going to do. But otherwise, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And always remember to be cool. I might be in fucking trouble, dude. I swear to God, I said a lot of shit on my online classes. I'm on fucking trouble. Bye.